So Joy Behar is saying that she is because what's the big controversy right now? And this is important because, Clay was laying out yesterday, Rogan, that there could be a big win here for Rogan if they did cancel him because he's so influential, so rich. All that's true. The left, however, is seeing this as they want a scalp.
They want a scalp.
They want a scalp. I mean, and this is a very big name, very big person to go after because he has cross-party appeal, and that's what Clay and I sit here, and we're just like, bring it on. We're the guys that are walking. We're the conservatives walking into the bar full of commies saying, "Who wants to fight?" Rogan walks in and says, "Hey, everybody, sit down," and the commies will listen to him a little bit, so that makes them even more upset. And you got Joy Behar, although, like we said, Democrats, everybody welcome to, I'm just saying in terms of the way they view us. Like, they're not saying, the Democrats are not coming on this show, and Rogan has this ability to kind of, as a Bernie bro, he's a Bernie bro, go back and forth a little bit between left and right. Joy Behar is disappointed, though, that more musicians, we've had, Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, someone else, too, right? Joni Mitchell.
E Street Band member, I think, and Niles Lofgren. You and I are not musical experts. So, like, in general, we're not going to be the expertise. These are relatively, D or F list celebrity musicians in terms of their impact. Nobody out there, as Spotify is not doing a lot of business on either of these people or any of these people.
But Behar is disappointed that more musicians aren't pulling out. Here she is. Play clip 1.
Let's say if they put their money where their mouth is. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, I was disappointed, as contrary to you, I was disappointed that more musicians and singers, etc., did not pull out. They're on Twitter all the time, trashing people who don't get vaccinated, and then they keep their music there. This would have been a good opportunity to show what you believe in, and I didn't see it. But I only saw 2 people from the 60s and 70s. Let's see some young people do it.
Let's see some young, ignorant people who know nothing take a big political stand here. And Clay, I just would say about this whole, if there is a big name artist, I mean, if there's someone, who you and I do know of from the contemporary music world who comes out against Rogan, I think they're going to have something of a showdown here, not because it's about dollars and cents, but because the employees of Spotify will absolutely terrify the executive suite of Spotify, and they'll cave. That's the possibility.
It is interesting how big the musician would have to be. I was thinking about this a little bit yesterday as this story continued to play out, because this is probably the best advertisement Neil Young has ever gotten for his music in the last, 30 years. I would bet in general. Nobody really knows who Neil Young is. Again, when we first started talking about Neil Young on this show, Buck, I said the only time I've even heard Neil Young's name was in Sweet Home Alabama, when they were making fun of Neil Young, who had written anti-Southern, according to the guys behind Sweet Home Alabama, had written anti-Southern lyrics and had attacked the people of the South. That's why they said, I hope Neil Young will remember, for those of you out there. Do we have the rights to Sweet Home Alabama, by the way? Can we play that when we come back in our next segment? I'm not sure exactly how the musical rights here work. But I will say that think about who the people are that could come out. Who are the 10 or 5 or 10 biggest musicians today?
If Beyonce came out, this would be, if
Jay-Z,
Bruno
if Beyonce
Mars,
and Jay-Z
maybe.
came
who's
together.
really cool these days? I don't even really know who's really cool these days. I was
I
going to be
think
like
Dave
U2,
Grohl,
and then everyone think I'm stuck in 1987.
Dave Grohl, obviously, with Foo Fighters, if he came out, if you want to think about different genres of artists who are just massive, those are the kind of people where I think Spotify would have to consider. But I don't even think
T-Swift. I'm just going to say I'm
Taylor
kind of
Swift.
I'm
kind of a Taylor Swift fan.
T-Swift fan,
of her music, not of her politics. But I will say, I think some of these artists are not even on Spotify. Didn't Jay-Z have his own? Jay-Z and Beyonce have their own streaming service, unless Spotify bought it. So part of this thing is, I believe some artists are not on Spotify in the first place because of the way that streaming rights work. My wife would know the answer to this because I have to pay. I don't know how many streaming services are you signed up for right now, Buck?
I mean, a few. First off, of course, my first love is the iHeart app, which is where I stream
yes,
all of my
of
music as well as my podcasts. But there are some other streams that I've heard of out there. And Clay, I think what we're seeing right here is a fascinating moment in time where they can't even allow someone with Rogan. They can't allow a guy. By the way, I hate that we're doing all this like free advertisement for Rogan on the show, but he is really at the center of this cancel culture issue. And we stand with free speech the same way that we're, the unsinkable aircraft carrier free speech for conservatives. I think that we extend that to anybody. Glenn Greenwald, welcome on this show anytime because he's a man of principle. People on the left, Tulsi Gabbard, we'd love to have her on the show. People on the left who have principles.
Even Fauci, even people we disagree with, we're not running and hiding from them.
He won't come on because Clay is unvaccinated and the droplets may come through the microphone, travel a long distance. Anyway, yes, we would have Fauci on, and I promise I wouldn't make fun of him to his face. But he does know that I make fun of him from what I understand.